Hey, mate. Hey, what's up, Melissa? What's going on, L? How you doing, man? Football edits. Messi, me, Renato, Moo. I wish I, understood the language. I apologize, but, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Everybody that's popping in tonight. Just put my daughter down for bed and everything, so I come in here and do what I do best. Let's see. Yeah, so tonight, we're just going to be dyeing these sock liners, and then I have to dye the laces yellow as well. And, we're getting close to finishing up this pair. Let's see. Yes, thank you. Yeah, she gets her rest, She, when she's up, she's all over the place, running around, getting into stuff. Me and my wife, we have to keep an eye on her because she gets into everything. But, so you can only imagine after a long day of just getting into literally everything, whenever it's time for either a nap or, going down at night for bed, she's definitely ready for that. Sometimes it takes a little while for her to, wind down, but she doesn't fight us too bad on it. We have a nice sized crowd tonight, so I want to thank everybody for popping in. Like I've always said in my lives, if you have anything you want to talk about, have any questions regarding customizing or just life or, just some type of conversation, please don't hesitate to comment it down below. I'm always open to talking while I'm working. It kind of helps pass time and, keeps me company. So feel free. And the mixture that I'm using at the moment, I have my Angelus paint where I mixed up, I have yellow and like a small hint of orange in it to kind of give it like that golden color. I'm not sure how, how it's showing up for you all, but, I have those to make the color, and then I mixed in GAC 900 so it'll seep down into this sock liner. And GAC 900 is a fabric medium, kind of like basically thins out the paint so it'll seep down into like, softer fabric. So a lot of times when really every time for the most part, when I'm doing sock liners or dyeing shoe laces, I put some of that in there. Most of the time it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. And, I just kind of see what I get from there. Sometimes I have to add a little more GAC 900 depending on how thick the material is, because in some cases you'll see where it doesn't really seep down as well as you want. So you just got to thin it out a little more so that way it'll, penetrate whatever, fabric or surface that you're trying to dye. So as you can see, just going around and, just placing it. And yeah, so once I finish these areas that I'm working on, I'll get my heat gun and heat set it. And all the heat does is just kind of like further pushes it down in there because, just like with heat on anything, basically like it melts it, if you will, if that makes sense. So right now it may not be like as deep as the paint will go, but once we heat it up, it'll seep down even further. Then you can kind of see, okay, I need to add, more in this spot and that spot, so it's all a process. Everything, especially with customs, but everything in life is always a process. Some are harder than others, but let's see here. Translate to bro, let me ask you something, miss. Oh, I appreciate the translation. I appreciate that, L. Let me see. Let me get Melissa first. What is the next shoe you're going to be custom? Great question. So the next shoe that I'll be customizing is a pair of Nike Vomero 5s. As of late, the past couple of months, I'd say really like maybe the last year or two, actually, that shoe has been getting like a lot of hype and, traction behind it. So I was like, why not customize it? I don't want to give away what theme I'm using, but I think you all gonna really rock with it. Considering like a lot of my videos where I add a lot of colors do fairly well. So I think y'all are gonna really like those. And to get to this question, Messi or Ronaldo, I'm gonna have to go with Messi. Messi has always been my favorite soccer player. I discovered him when he was playing with Barcelona a couple of years ago, and I think he then went on to Argentina. I don't keep up with it as much as I used to. Like I used to watch the World Cup games and everything like all the time. But, like I said in my last live, and I, always say like now, being a father and a husband, if I'm not watching Miss Rachel, I'm watching some type of rom-com or something like that with my wife. So, I kind of get my sports in where I can. But yeah, if I had to choose, I would definitely go with Messi. I just like the way he plays, man. It's like when I watch him, it's almost like, me being real heavy into basketball, it's almost like watching him, playing basketball out there on the field, on the soccer field, if you will. Or as, Melissa taught me in Australia, they say on the paddock. Yeah. I mean, I know they call it a soccer field, but I just wanted to throw that in there. I still remember what a paddock is. But, yeah, Messi, I mean, he's just different. But, I say that with all due respect to Ronaldo. He's awesome as well. See, I told you I would remember. Like, most of the times, anything somebody pops on here and say, I try to commit it to memory. Yeah, I don't want y'all just saying stuff and, me not remembering it and stuff like that. No, we're definitely a community, and we're all growing this channel and everything together. So, yeah. I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight. Might be a good little while because once I get to the laces, you'll see it takes time to, of course, to dye them. That really doesn't take much time. But it's just, the process of heat setting them, straining out the extra paint, which you'll see me do all of that. Probably have to adjust this camera so I can get like a better top down view so you'll see what's going on. But yeah, we're going to do that. And I'll just talk through that as well for those who pop on either tonight or even, if you watch this stream later, you'll understand the whole process behind dyeing your laces with paint. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. At this point, I'm tired of seeing purple and gold. I've done so many like purple and gold shoes, even ones I didn't necessarily record. Like, I'm just tired of it. And like, purple and gold is probably two of the hardest colors to paint, considering how transparent they are. So it takes like a ton of coats, and then you have to make sure that you keep them even and all that, so it doesn't look unbalanced. But I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be doing it this week, but I do have, I'm planning to go live sometime soon with the boxing gloves. I have to draw out the characters that I'm going to be putting on there. Yeah, it's going to be a well-known set of characters, but I'm going to add my own little twist to them. And you all will see me do that live here on YouTube. And I'm just going a little bit further down, so it doesn't look unfinished. I just have to go. And I'll, once we finish up here off camera, I'm gonna, go over everything again just to blend it all out. So, once I deliver it to the customer, they're satisfied. How long do my paintbrushes last? That's a good question. It's hard to say, because I use different paintbrushes for different things. So it's like, this brush here, I actually I just purchased it like maybe a month or so ago. And even with that, like this is maybe like my second time using it. Just because I hadn't had any use for it. But any brushes that I use, fairly often, I would say they normally last maybe like maybe 3 or 4 months. And that's a huge maybe, because like I'm so rough on my paintbrushes. I don't clean them, thoroughly clean them the way I should, like with the whole soap and then reshaping them and everything. Like I just put them in the water, clean them off, make sure I get all the paint off, of course. But like some people are really like OCD about cleaning their paintbrushes and have like a certain way they do it and stuff, but I just personally don't be having the time for all that. I just get done what I need to get done, and I just keep it moving. All right, so I need to heat set this. No, the bristles aren't hard. They're fairly soft, and no, they don't fall out. Now I do have brushes that like if I'm not careful, like they can fall out, like if I'm going too crazy with them. But I've gotten to the point now where I don't really now I don't go that crazy with my paintbrushes. So, and just real quick, I want to thank everybody again for popping into the live tonight. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, so that's why I didn't say anything in the community tab, but I just decided to go live and see who would pop in and kick it with me. So thank you to everybody that has joined so far. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those good things. Ask any questions that you may have. I'm always open to helping anybody that may need it. I wasn't sure if the bristles are okay. Where did I put that paintbrush? Oh. And see, also I will say, like, with the paintbrushes I use, like, some people that are like really like crazy into this stuff, like, I'm not saying I'm not obsessed with, art and everything, because I am, but some people spend like crazy money on bristles. And of course, just like with anything else, the more money you put into a craft, into a tool, a product or whatever, most times you're going to get a much better quality item behind that purchase. But with me, like, I mean, considering, like when I first started, everything was just like trial and error. And, at the time I was, looking for the best value, cost effective and everything. And, like these, I get these from Michael's, and they come in a pack, and it's like different types. So like you'll get an angular brush, you get a flat brush, you get a liner. And, I think at the most is like maybe like $8 for like I think it's like 6 or 7 brushes in there. So, I mean, that's fairly solid. Now, my Princeton brushes that I normally use, like for like when I do character customs, and, you have to do like the lining and stuff like that. Now, those are, individually priced, but they're still not that bad. So, and I said all that to say, like you was asking about, the bristles falling out and if they get hard or whatever. No, I definitely haven't experienced that, especially not with the Princeton brushes. Those are probably like maybe the best paintbrushes I've ever used. I definitely swear behind those. Well, I don't swear, but stand behind them. And without rotating the shoe, I'm just, bringing that paint down a little further. Like I said earlier, so we can have like a more finished final product. And see, sometimes, like, depending on how thin out you made your paint, like, you can literally put it in a spot, like, a little above where you want it to go, and just press down and, just kind of let it run, run down to the sections that are below it. And a lot of times I do that if I'm trying to avoid, like, getting, like, over dye to where it start, coming down further than I want it. So just a little tip there. I wonder what time it is where everyone's at. I know a lot of my subscribers aren't even based in the U.S., so I'm sure there's all types of times of night and day and afternoon and evenings. So $3:35. Oh, nice. So it's just like midday for you. Anything, 2:35. Oh, cool. Anything cool planned for today, or just like a chill day for you? And as y'all can see, I'm just like pressing and sliding. So in a few seconds, we're going to go ahead and start dyeing the laces and show you guys the whole process of doing that. I'm just doing this quick little touch up here real quick off the camera. I'll put it there. All right, let's dye these laces. All right, so I have my mask on, so that's why it sounds a little crazy. But basically, I added some more GAC 900 to this paint mixture. So all I'm gonna do is take these laces, put them in this jar here, close it up, nice and tight, and just shake it around. All right, you see, I'm just gonna strain both of them out, and you'll see all the paint just start dripping down. I try my best to get it back in the jar because we don't like to waste. You see? Okay. Just once. Then I'll turn it upside down again and just follow the same step. And the reason why you want to strain all this paint out, because if you have too much in there in the laces, once you start heat setting them and, letting it dry, your laces are going to be like super hard. So what you want is just enough paint to where the laces are dyed, but you don't want to have too much to where, they harden up on you. As you can see, I just went around, probably like 4 or 5 times, straining out as much paint as I can. And now we'll just repeat the same thing with this one. And then we'll start, with the heat gun, heat setting those laces. And I just like to roll them around in my hands so that way I can just make sure that the paint is evenly distributed before I start heat setting them. As you can see, they started out white and now they have like this nice golden color that we need. All right, get me another rag. Now, all we do is just heat set them. And I just keep bouncing them around like this so the heat don't get, focused on one spot, because then that's how you burn them. And I've had that happen before where I actually burned them. And of course, they start smoking. And, of course, you can recover from that if you, immediately stop. But, if you can avoid it at all, you don't want to do that, because basically when you see them smoking and burning, it's basically, indicating that the paint has hardened up, past the point of being fluid, and now it's starting to, get to the point to where it's going to just, give you like one of those hard spots that you're not looking for. So And as you can see, like, they're still flimsy and everything like we need them. So that's a good indication that we're, still in the right, the right zone, or, the right consistency when it comes to, getting these laces to be, still like, real lace. Nobody want to tie their shoes up with a lace that's like, stuck in one position or whatever. So just rolling them around. All right, and normally what I do, as you can see how the smoke is coming up. That's why I have to pat them out real quick. Just make sure I don't, like I said, make that mistake that I was talking about earlier where they harden up on me. So as you can see, they're still soft, moving the way I need them to. But if I wasn't paying attention, I kept heating them up, then, we'll run into that issue of having some stiff laces. But yeah, for the sake of this live stream, like on these, clear pieces here, like I don't like to leave paint on there, and then, say if, the customer is tying up, his or her laces, then, that starts rubbing off, because there's really no way to kind of like seep into that unless you use actual, some type of real, like, permeating. Yeah, in case you use like some type of dye that's able to, penetrate these plastic pieces. So show you guys what I would normally do with this. Get me a cotton ball and some rubbing alcohol. I'll be right back here. And say actually what I can use. Yeah, got some right here. All I do is just put some on the end of the cotton ball and just kind of rub them, in between. Now, of course, some of the paint got in from this end and the end that the actual lace is connected to. So just getting all that extra off of there. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. You have a good evening. Thank you. And as you can see now, they've gotten to the point now where I can, handle them, and see, there's no dye on my hand. So yeah, we're getting to the point where we can, stop heat setting them. But even with that, I'm gonna, probably do this 2 more times and then just let them sit overnight. Music paused on me. Let's see. I think I only need 1 more time. It's pretty solid now. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Like I said, I'm gonna just let these sit overnight and just fully dry and everything. So I want to thank everybody that popped into the live tonight. If you're watching in the future, thank you for watching this previously recorded live stream. We're still pushing towards getting monetized. We're very close. So again, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.